What's up, everybody? And welcome to the first off-season episode of the Swolecast. What's going to happen today? Well, you need to know one thing, and that is we have no idea where this show is going to take us, but it will be an entertaining one. That I can promise you. So we're going to just wipe away Davis's tears. We're going to talk about this upcoming year. It should be fun. Stick around. It's the Swolecast, sponsored by IKB.
Can you Davis Mattek from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand content.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, welcome in. David Kitchen alongside Davis Mattek. Peter Overzet. Tuttle not with us. He's got soccer. Surprise, surprise. The chat says that I hated the halftime show. I'm just going to be honest. I've never felt like more of a dad than that halftime show.
You know, David,
It's not a bad take. It's the right
the
take.
funny thing is that Kendrick Lamar is so obviously for white people that there is a chance that you could have been like, oh, dude, I love Kendrick Lamar. Like, I would have not been surprised either way, truly.
Hey, trust me, if you don't think I've already looked up some of the representations of what happened during that halftime show so that now I have a better understanding of what it was all about, you got it. So
No, okay. Key
yeah.
question, and then
Yeah.
you know we can do this whole spiel. So
Sure.
I got in an argument with a friend of the show, Nelson
Shocked.
Adcock.
Shocked. You got in an argument. Okay.
Small tiff with
Yeah.
with Nelson Adcock, and he said the amount of people who were basically, I tweeted, how many people are now aware of the pedophilia accusations against Drake from before till after, and Nelson said 0. He said not one person didn't know before and didn't know now, and I said that is
That's
just
wrong.
absurd on
Yeah.
the face of it. That is
No, that's
completely
wrong.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the whole stadium is saying a minor, like, and then
Zach,
people are like, well,
Because
what?
clip it.
It's a small sliver, right? But there are people who like went online and there were lots of FAQ articles of like, what did his
Exactly.
car mean? Why was Serena Williams there? So there were enough people who wanted to go get educated about it. But
Yeah.
a good Super Bowl halftime show should not require additional reading from the audience to enjoy it.
It's like Lost, like you have to go back. You have
I was
to
on the
read.
Reddit message boards and now I get it.
I love
Yeah.
Lost is my all-time favorite show. I really enjoyed the halftime show. I get
Yeah.
that it's not for everyone. I'm not one of these people that's going to go online and be like, "Oh my god, you didn't get the reference that Samuel Jackson was Uncle Sam. You didn't get it? Ha, insane." But it was
It's like
fine.
Davis and I being pissed that the people who follow Fantasy Flock and Nick BDGE don't watch our best ball streams. It's like they just
Exactly.
get that talking about CLV in ADP movement is where it's at.
No,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. That was a very apt comparison, Peter.
What's kind of crazy though, Serena was doing the Crip Walk, and like her
Did
sister
you cover
actually.
your daughter's eyes when she
No.
did that?
No, her sister was actually killed by a Crip gang, I think.
Wow, David, let me tell you, man, Breitbart went nuclear with, I don't even know this, but I know
I
that
don't even know this either.
whatever Dave clicked on was
It's
Breitbart
Reddit.
or
It was Reddit.
OAN.
I
No,
can feel Dave clutching his pearls underneath the desk as he said, "Killed by a Crip gang."
but I knew that you guys probably didn't know that.
I did.
So
David.
That's
okay,
how. That's how.
I-
like extensively, I went into research. Like, let me understand Uncle Samuel Jackson.
I actually need your guys' help.
Yeah, of
because
course.
I've recently been
Finally.
clicking on my For You tab on Twitter after not being a For You guy for so long. The For You stuff on Twitter is so bad. My mental health is pretty low anyways. But
Here's the thing about the For You tab. It taps into that side. We've talked about this. It taps into that side of your brain that you don't want to be there, and you have to try to get it off the algorithm. Like,
no, it's much more simple than that. The reason why I get a lot of crazy right-wing shit because I follow a bunch of Bitcoiners. So I get the craziest.
It's not just that. It's also because you interact with that. Like, you click that stuff. When you scroll,
I hate read it. Yeah, I do.
When you scroll, it's like doom scrolling. It's like the same thing with me and fight videos. Like, it's just like Tuttle and I have talked about this. Like, I crash videos and fight videos. They're all over my For You page, and I try sometimes to but it's hard to look away. So it's just like that. It's that severance part of your brain that is like a different part that's it knows.
I cannot. I delete all the other scrolling apps, Instagram, all that stuff. I don't have them on my phone because I can't. But I need Twitter on my phone.
Yeah.
Is that a new Underdog hat? That looks sick, Davis. What does that say in the cursive?
It says, "Pick your destiny."
Oh.
Is that from Underdog, or did you make that?
This is from Underdog.
It's probably better that that's in cursive because I just like I don't know how much I like Pick Your Destiny.
I don't, but I like
the
Your
aesthetic
Destiny.
of the hat.
Yeah. New Underdog gear. Got a beanie. Got some tote bags.
Give us the recap of being at the Super Bowl party. What was the vibe? Who was there? I know a photo was posted elsewhere. I don't believe that was posted publicly. Tell the people about.
No, that's behind the paywall in the Deposit Kingdom. So basically, my wife deathly ill on Saturday, norovirus. Like, she thought she was dying. So I was like, this is not going to be the party that it could have been. So every year we go to her parents' house for the Super Bowl. So we went for the first half at the dinner party. It was great. They throw me an event. Mr. Rudman was there. Mr. Jeremy Levine was there. Jeremy and I had a funny experience where Jeremy didn't realize who I was at first, and he thought I was just one of these pick'em demons just coming up and chatting Nick's ear off, being like, who the fuck is this guy? And then after a second,
did you tell him Davis Mattek?
No. So I say
a card with his YouTube URL.
So I said hello to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, hi." And then about 5 minutes later, he comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, I realize who you are now. We were both at Peter Jennings' wedding a couple years ago, so he recognized who I was."
So that's how he knows you, though, as the guy from Peter Jennings' wedding.
No, we just realized that he was like, "Oh, have we ever met before?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure we."
Did you tell him that you know me?
I didn't mention that. Pete, this actually just shook loose.
I'm from David Kitchen's tree. That's what you should have said. He'd be like,
that's how you leave.
Come with me.
Peter, I had a very wholesome interaction actually at the gym this morning, really early. A guy that I see there all the time comes up to me, and we just get chatting, and it's like, "Oh, what do you do?" Yada yada. I'm like, "Oh, I'm actually a fantasy football YouTuber," and he's like, "No way, dude. I'm deep in fantasy football YouTube." So one, I'm like, well, pretty fucking shitty work by me that you're deep in fantasy football YouTube. But you know the first, in fact, extra shitty work. This is going to be like dunks on dunks on dunks on myself. I can't even believe I'm telling this story. But do you know the name of the first show that he said? It's like, "Oh, who do you watch?" Guess the first show he said.
I don't know. Ship chasing. First show.
So I'm like,
you're literally on the channel once a week,
and I'm just like,
how do you not? Yeah, it's like that. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe just he's seen that. Did you see the Bijan Robinson clip where he was being interviewed? Oh, who is he being interviewed by? It was McAfee, and he had a Nirvana shirt on, and at the end they're like, "Big Nirvana fan?" He's like, yeah. And they're like, "What's your favorite song?" He's like, "Oh, I just lied." He's like, "I just lied. I thought you were saying something else. I just think this shirt's cool." So maybe he just had seen the ship chasing like thumbnail. But
that is wild. Is he an audio? I just don't know how you are on that channel as much as I am, Davis.
I was gonna say maybe
chasing?
he only like I would assume he probably like because he's not even a best ball bro. So like
Okay.
just as like a season long best ball bro. He's like I play in a couple leagues. I just really
Yeah.
like it, classic. So I'm gonna guess he probably just tunes in for the drafts. He even said he listens to Stealing Bananas. So I was like,
that is pretty deep.
it's pretty. I was like he knows who Ben Gretsch is, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So did you tell him? You were like, I'm on the ship chasing channel once a week.
I think I played it cool. The number one thing I told him was, hey, you should sign up for Underdog using promo code Davis. You get a
I
sweet
played
deposit
it
bonus.
cool, and then you said you shield him your promo code. That's not playing it cool, brother.
What I need to do is I do need to get the business card with the QR code for the with my
For
referral
that
code.
one time you go outside to an event.
Hey, there are a lot of 24 to 28-year-old men at my gym with disposable.
This is gonna sound like a joke, and I'm not. I actually wonder if like just straight canvassing, like door to door, going up to people in grocery stores, just like hard selling them on getting on the app, and just literally doing one-on-one evangelizing. I bet you do pretty good.
Like instead of the encyclopedias, you're selling.
You're next to the Jehovah's Witnesses.
I'll say this. I would get closer to Holka numbers doing that than doing anything to what I do right now. Guaranteed.
Dude, that would be a good bet. You could get some content out of it too. Like the first Underdog door-to-door salesman. You have a little documentary crew like explaining to old ladies why they need to sign up on Underdog.
Yes, I need to start going to Blues and Cardinals games and doing this. Should we do Overzet's overview before we get 27 minutes into the
real
show?
quick, I do want to address something.
We have no football to talk about.
One-Eyed Jack Production says season-long bet next year needed with Dave having a crip walk if he loses. If you don't think I already don't know how to sea walk, you are mistaken. That is my genre.
That's not a punishment for Dave. Dave would love to do cultural appropriation live on camera.
Yes. Hey, I got the rollie on my arm and I'm pouring Sean Don. All right. With that being said, got an attitude. Let's go ahead and get to Mr. Overzet's overview.
Got that dog in a butt. Got that dog in a butt. Overzet overview. Come
on. All right. In case you guys didn't hear, the Kansas City Chiefs got destroyed by the Eagles on Sunday. And it made me realize, Patrick Mahomes is basically just Eli Manning at this point. A fraud quarterback who has randomly had some clutch moments in the Super Bowl. And I know everyone expects me to pile on about the Chiefs losing, to laugh in Davis's face, but I'm not going to do that. Sunday was clearly the worst day in Davis's life, other than that time he sold the Tyler Hero Top Shot moment for $30,000.
That gets a good laugh every time. 100% hit rate.
You got to get some batting practice before we get going here. You won $30,000 on that Top Shot moment, an amount of money that he has since donated back into the Underdog ecosystem.
Threefold, maybe even.
Somehow Davis has lost thousands of dollars on Xavier Worthy, while Worthy has won others hundreds of thousands of dollars.
My most drafted player in playoff best ball, the guy you needed. Shout out to me.
Yeah, there's a lesson in there somewhere. But Davis is going to be fine. All right. His loyal, steadfast, unwavering fandom will be rewarded when the Cowboys draft Ashton Genty.
That might be too deep a lore for some people, Peter.
Everyone knows that you're a Cowboys fan. Deep lore like two weeks ago, lore. I mean, come on. All right, Davis. This is like not a joke. Everyone should be incredibly thankful that Davis is even here today.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, and I haven't said this publicly anywhere. I didn't even do this on my portfolio review yesterday, but I realized that my semifinals gauntlet team that didn't advance to the finals by 0.6 points, that had Worthy and Mahomes and Barkley and Hopkins in Hollywood would have finished in solo 4th place for $46,500.
No, that actually doesn't bother me.
As
Solo
a
first,
community,
solo
Davis-
first, it'd be over.
no, Davis, if I would have won $50,000 on 20 bullets in the gauntlet, you would have self-excluded from life on this earth. So
Pete,
you
I'm
dodged
too
that
deep,
bullet
man.
by 6 yards.
Thank God.
Yeah, everyone be very thankful that Davis is still here with us. And instead of being $50,000 richer, I'm actually in debt. And that's because I took out a second mortgage on my home to bet on Mahomes taking 0 sacks in the Super Bowl. And I can't remember who touted it, but I do remember I trusted them. They were a respectful industry voice, very unbiased, not emotional about their play. And I
I just
lost
said
it
not
all.
to take a Jalen Carter sack, and I don't even think he got one, by the way.
Hey, look. All right. Not only did he take a sack, but let me actually look at the exact number.
6.
He actually took the 3rd most sacks in Super Bowl history, tied with Cam Newton and Joe Theismann with 6.
That whole game reminded me of the Panthers Super Bowl, actually. That was the same vibe I was getting from it. Just a team that truly from the first snap had no hope.
It didn't remind you of the other Super Bowl where Mahomes got his dick kicked in by his superior defensive line just a few years
No,
ago?
because he was good in that game. He was
They
good.
lost
while getting
31-7.
That was 30-9, but he played very well in that game. He played. I mean, he was like sub Daltonian.
31-9. We were both wrong. All right.
Both wrong.
Okay. But we're on to 2025 now, right?
Yep.
This is a forward-looking show where now Davis will have to select Worthy in the second round if he wants to be overweight.
Can still get him in the 3rd for about 3 more days.
So as far as 2025 best ball, we obviously have the big board going, but we have a new contest here because Justin Herzig is trying to create a best ball drafters fantasy league. This isn't a joke. It's on Twitter that will feature a salary cap system where people can build a roster of drafters and then get points based on their performance in BBM 6. It feels like a lot of work to me. Like it does seem like it would just be easier to film a video of yourself masturbating and post that online. I think it'd probably take just about a minute. Maybe you upload it there. Anyways, the salaries for drafters will apparently range from 5 to 10K. Although I'm not sure that's correct because I'm seeing Herzig priced himself at 20K.
There's got to be a guy at $0 for the bit. I wonder who that could possibly be.
Late round Dave.
No, that's not the joke.
I over my jokes, okay? Because I've been fiddling with my shell. It is hard to fit Herzig in under the salary cap restraints, but there is one way to make it work. And it's if you pair Herzig with Kitchens minus $25,000.
Dude, Deshaun Watson's not playing this year. Dave is saved.
They'll actually pay you to enter the contest. Dave. I'd also like to address the paying members at this time. Those of you guys who support the channel, the Swolies. I just want you to know, if I was responsible for scheduling the premium shows, you'd never be without them. Yes. I'd like to apologize for Davis double booking himself last week and preventing you guys from getting that extra content.
So actually, I want to be very clear about this.
Okay, please do.
David and I have always done this at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I was wide open at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Dave had, 900 island women to go visit and had to
asked the day before if we could do it earlier because I had my daughter's game.
Call it 50-50, brother. Let's call it 50-50. Your fault, my fault. 50-50.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Literally 15 minutes before. Oh, no.
The promo tweet went out for it. You guys didn't do the show.
Oh,
Jesus. No. All right. That said, guys, these guys were never going to leave you empty-handed because there's a piece of content in the Swoley private channel inside the Deposit Kingdom Discord that will literally pay for the lifetime value of the membership.
There honestly is. There honestly is.
Look, I'm gonna just tell you guys what's in there. Okay, I'm not gonna show it. But there's a photo of David Kitchen on his honeymoon that he posted, being embraced, but what I can only describe as a big island woman.
I actually couldn't believe it.
And when I
couldn't believe it.
When I say embraced, I mean embraced. This woman has her hand wrapped around David Kitchen's hip like a goddamn boa constrictor.
She loved me.
There
She
was
loved me.
There was no room for the Holy Ghost in that photo, David Kitchen. And let me paint a picture here.
Yeah.
It's just a still photograph.
Yeah.
And Kitchen is wearing sunglasses and a $4 fedora that he probably bought on the beach.
The hat is maybe the best part.
It's great. But you could almost hear his inner monologue through the screen. Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day. Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day. Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Oh,
I could literally do an hour on this photo.
I can't believe he posted it.
Dude, I doubt Kitchen, this is on his honeymoon. I doubt Kitchen has a photo with his own wife from this trip that is electric and as sexually charged as this photo. The chemistry.
You would be wrong. You'd be wrong. I don't know if I should post that in the chat. That's for the $69.99 a month tier.
I really want you to call my bluff on that one, Kitchen. I do like to imagine. I'm even out of material, but my brain is racing on it. Like, I want to imagine that after every single like Big Island woman that Kitchen encountered, that he requested a picture, and that you just have 100 photos of you from this trip.
Oh my God,
Kitchen, I think you're the Big Island woman whisperer. So yeah, become a member for access to this photo and the promise of weekly premium videos that won't be there weekly. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you. I did notice literally when you asked to do the edit, you left out on your video, you left out the part of the couples massage. So it does seem like it's a little bit more Deshaun Watson-esque than the part about like me holding my wife's hand and that being kind of what Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
You're saying you got an erection because you were holding your wife's hand across the table?
Because they're like rubbing you down and then like this, like they're behind you and they take your hand and they put it in your wife's hand and it's like this electric connection. And that is what. Davis, do you even get the Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day thing?
I assume it's a bit from some 1988.
Close. Austin Powers.
Oh, I've seen Austin. I mean, I was probably 12 when I watched it.
I think it's the Fembots.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh, gosh.
Liz Hurley.
Oh,
right?
Man.
Beautiful lady.
Yeah, baby. All right, Pete, is that it?
That's
from
it.
you?
That's it.
Okay.
I was gonna keep writing jokes and I just got so distracted by that photo. It just derailed all my productivity.
I knew that when you guys saw it, you'd appreciate it. But she is the one that taught me the Dala dance.
Can I tell you something, Kitchen? I showed Laura that photo and she goes, "Who is that?" I said it was Kitchen. She goes, "It doesn't even look like Kitchen."
Of course, it was 15 years ago. This upcoming April. So
how's the fitness going, Dave?
It's going. I have been working out. We talked about like the just kind of what we're doing. Now this is in the mode of trying to get as strong as possible based on whatever. So I did 65s on the incline dumbbells. So that was good for me. I'm going to continue going up on that, getting this barrel chest going. And then yesterday I went and played pickleball with Dan Bach.
The reunion, man. How was that?
It ended on an extremely aggressive note. Extremely aggressive.
Whoa.
So one of them, and this has happened.
Say more, David.
This has happened a few times. Like one time, Dan got so mad that he spiked a ball on the other side and it hit another one of the guys. And then it's been like a moment like that. And Dan, he'll throw a paddle at least once a game. And so this one, Dan and I versus these other two guys who we've been playing, Derek and Riley. Derek, the former company I was at, the
Your
app
ex.
developer.
Yep.
Yes. X's app developer. And so I had a spike, and then they're like, oh, no, there was a ball behind you. Like that influenced their shot. And I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that's lame. So I felt myself, usually I don't get this like competitive.
Wait, they said they were watching a ball from another court into your area.
Yeah, but the shot was already
side.
up. Right. From this side and coming behind, but I'd already spiked the ball. So then like I get my serve and I try to hit Derek with the ball. And then another one, I body bagged, meaning I did peg him with the ball. But I was so heated, and I usually don't get like that. But then afterwards, it was fine, and we joked about it. But in the moment, things got real. People don't understand.
Such a toxic sport.
It really is. It really can be.
I thought you were going to be like, and you never should have done this at Roto Grinders. Like I thought we were getting some tea. I thought we were going to go for.
That was a terrible app that we developed.
I thought you were going to be like, and your SEO skills are shit. You know, I didn't think we were going in. No. I got deeply bored hearing about the pickleball conversation. I just transcended to another universe.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens. So as far as the Super Bowl, Davis, you're completely okay.
No. I actually couldn't sleep on Sunday night. It fucked up. It fucked my real life up. It doesn't happen that often, but
at least it was like a blowout. Like it wasn't a close loss, right? Like you knew from the get-go, like things weren't turning around.
First play was an RPO to Juju Smith-Schuster. I was like, yeah, this isn't.
Didn't that go for like 6 yards? What, that you thought the game was over after a nice play?
It was a first down. It was the only first down they generated in the first half. But if you're calling the first play of the Super Bowl to Juju, that does not portend good things. No, I mean, we're on to 2025, man.
When Hopkins dropped that wide open pass, I thought, okay, like it was already going to be a long road back, but like that's the easiest pass he's ever had. That's when you know, like Chris Jones on the floor after that. Like that's when everything that could go wrong did go wrong in that moment.
Do you want to know the funniest thing about this whole game? Chiefs fans, what 25 rushes for 82 yards, I think, for Barkley. Isn't that what it was? Just to know that Barkley made no impact on the game. I guess he had that one nice catch on the sideline. But Barkley, no impact on the game. I'll tell you the number one thing I'm happy about. Number one thing. Every Jalen Hurts hater across the world, Jacob Sanderson, I didn't forget, brother. And the many like you who have said unkind and uncouth things about Jalen Hurts' quarterbacking ability. Jail for you. Jail forever. Jalen Hurts. Maybe he's not a great, this is not Joe Montana reincarnated. He's not Dan Marino. He's a fucking winner. Jalen Hurts, a great.
Look at this is how you know Davis is built for first take type content. Just immediately spin zoning the Chiefs' loss into going after the haters who discredited Jalen Hurts.
I mean, I'm very disappointed. But what are you gonna be mad about from a Chiefs perspective in that game? You gonna blame Andy Reid? Not his fault.
No.
You're gonna
blame
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes,
and then what am I gonna do? Well, how fucking insane would it be to be like, I'm so angry at Patrick Mahomes? The guy has given me nothing but joy, literally from the first career start until now.
This is what it boils down to. It was the condescending to all the people like myself who are like, the Eagles are the better team. It's like, how many times do you guys have to watch the Chiefs beat up before you learn your lesson? There was a lot of condescending heading into the Super Bowl for the pro Eagles side.
Even that first play, that was the most egregious offensive pass interference call, the amount of people on Twitter is like, you don't like the call? Just bet the Chiefs. How many times I got to tell you?
Levitan.
Just bet the Chiefs. You don't like that call? And then it was just like people that did bet the Chiefs they got hurt. The only thing that did not work out for me were Hollywood Brown yards. That last catch by Hopkins in the end zone was so nice for the touchdown and the yards over. And then obviously had the Eagles, but I thought I was happy. I was really, really happy. And now we're on to the next year. Someone mentioned Hopkins in retirement. That is not true. I had a guy in our home league.
Well, there was a report that literally just came out within like the past 30 minutes or something.
Well, that he is retiring or not?
Yeah.
No, Hopkins himself tweeted and said, "I'm not going anywhere."
Because there was an Adam Chef that
Chef
tweeted
Word.
it out.
Yeah.
That was the guy that shared it in the
That's
chat.
hilarious.
And it like took off. It spread like wildfire. So that's why
It's kind of the simpler. It's kind of just reminds you of the simpler days of Twitter when Uncle Chaps used to change his profile to
or draft sheet. Draft sheet.
Or draft sheet. Yeah, draft sheet
Booger.
was one of the goats. And I guess now in new Twitter, you can just do that. There are just no consequences for it. You could. Just do
there
whatever you
is like a
want.
label underneath that says like parody accounts. But no, Big Balls is already he's shifted from X moderations to government moderation.
Yeah. What a I mean, I gotta just keep it real though. Like I that sucked. It sucked.
What was it? Because you were in obviously Kansas City at this Super Bowl party. Was it like a funeral inside? I assume it was a lot of Kansas City fans at this party.
St. Louis. So it was more. I mean, I would say it was probably 75% Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
But there's this thing that happens with Chiefs fans. They're very irrational. Where basically until the game's over, they think they're gonna win.
There was a lot of like, this is his 28-3 moment, like comments on Twitter.
Yeah. I will say the Brady stuff, it was just like, this is bad.
Kill me. Okay,
This
I'll
is
paint
bad.
I'll paint the picture to you guys. So my wife's sick, so we leave at halftime, right? So go home. It's like we're gonna go to her parents' house, but I'm like, this is just
right.
I don't want to be around anyone for this. Let's go home. I'm just sitting on the couch. It's me and my dog. My wife goes to bed. The dog is just like, can we do something? This is boring. And I'm like, we gotta watch. And I'm just like, and it's just like getting punched in the face. Devonta Smith, bang. Dallas Goedert, bang. AJ Brown, bang. I get to 10th in the NFFC postseason hold'em, and I'm like, I'm actually probably gonna win if Worthy scores a rushing touchdown, because I had the Worthy multiplier. No one else in the top 10 had the multiplier. And I had Kelsey 4x, and the final Worthy touchdown, the long one, was actually bad for me because of the Mahomes multipliers in this contest. So, and you may have noticed no all caps Xavier Worthy tweet, right? No, I thought he couldn't. I thought Xavier Worthy couldn't beat press coverage, brother. None of that.
You tried to attempt a victory lap at the tail end of the Chiefs getting blown out in the Super Bowl would have been so good.
Yeah. So you might have noticed. None of that.
Yeah.
So no, it honestly the whole thing was horrible. One of my least. It was great to see Rudman and Levine and those guys, but it somehow was somehow losing with Brady announcing was actually more annoying than losing to Brady, because I could know
how excited he was.
I could
he kept on mentioning himself. That was like so bad. It was so bad. Like, we get it. You got roasted. When he tried to roast Kevin Hart, that was it for me. Taylor, the side eye meme was pretty good.
Yeah.
That's like not understanding.
That the first time she's been like publicly booed in her life.
Yeah, I think so. Like not understanding like what is going on here. Like not understanding there is a lot of Eagles fans in that building who anything associated with the Chiefs are going to get booed. It wasn't just her. It would be like, if they showed Jackson Mahomes or Brittany, it's like anything associated with the Chiefs were going to get booed on the Jumbotron. So that was,
did you see the Trump tweet after?
Oh, yes. Some of the Trump tweets, I never know.
Did Dave see the Trump tweet?
No.
He's got noties on.
He's got noties on.
I do not. I don't even think I do not follow Trump on X, but
not from your main account. You don't.
You better. Yeah, it's my alt account. You better believe though that made its way in the friend chat, but I never know if those tweets are like actually true or not. So I have to go
flooding the zone, brother. It's all meant to be a distraction.
Yeah, for big balls in the group. But yeah, I had to go to True Social and Blue Sky to verify. So there you go.
Does Donald Trump have a Blue Sky account? I actually don't know the answer to this.
Zero chance.
Zero chance.
He barely gets on X because he's on his own platform, True Social.
That was like a weird subplot to everything too, like him becoming buddy with Elon. So he's like, "Fuck, I guess I got to go back on X."
Donald Trump. Nope.
No. Shocker.
That's a shame that these sites have gotten politicized. I mean, I think
it really is. It makes you think about like echo chambers. Really, it's just terrible. All right, we got some of these trolls, Davis. You are not paying attention to chat right now.
No, you guys told me I'm not allowed to ban anymore.
Well, this guy,
good show. What's he doing? Who needs to be banned?
This guy, he says one fat guy, one frail guy, and a guy who isn't sure if he's a woman or not. That guy needs to go.
Wait, which one am I?
I believe in that one. You'd be the frail guy.
You're the frail guy. Frail guy. And I don't think he's talking about body, buddy.
Now you guys just banned Big Pete's Card Shop 90th. Why would you do that? I'm telling you, it's the same guy. This guy comes on all my shows.
Over under on the amount of customers who were in Big Pete shop since the last time we did this show. I'll set it at 0.5.
No one has been to Big Pete's Card Shop because Big Pete is a schizophrenic guy who's in his mom's basement.
There was a group of fantasy football DFS mean girls back in the day. I say mean girls, they were guys, but just like trolls, right? And they would come and they would.
Are you talking about the Soup Mafia? Remember those guys? Is that what you're talking about? The Soup Mafia was the funniest shit ever.
So the Soup Mafia made the mistake of coming after me one time. And so then I went into research mode and found out that one of the leaders of the Soup Mafia was an administrator at a public school system. So then I made one comment back to him, basically kind of referencing that I knew what he did for a living. And it's so crazy because I'd never got any sort of comments since then from him.
Wow. You holding the docs blackmail over him. Yeah.
But just, so funny that a bully coming out of administration of a public school system.
Nothing says you're a grown adult, like forming a troll community and naming yourself the Soup Mafia. So edgy.
So edgy. Yeah. I frankly, I don't spend enough time on Twitter anymore to see these people anymore, and I ban anyone who I slightly disagree with from my YouTube chat. So I don't really get this anymore.
You basically created a blue sky for yourself.
I basically created a blue sky for myself. I don't.
That's not true because your For You page is True Social.
No, it's I can't even explain the For You page, but it's complete poison in my brain. Like 2 seconds of looking at it, and I'm like, I need to get out of here, man. It's so bad, David. It's so gnarly.
Buddy, my thing is if something makes you feel bad, you should delete it or mute it. So,
I just here's the thing.
Yeah.
I literally need a version of the Twitter app that does not let me access the For You page.
agree. Same.
Because I know just time-wise, I cannot have Instagram on my phone.
So
I cannot have TikTok on my phone. I cannot have these scroll apps on my phone.
what I did was I created lists for what I specifically wanted to see.
Yeah,
So I've got a Titans list, I've got a marketing list, I've got a Vandy list.
Which one am I on, Dave? The frail list?
the frail list.
Yeah,
Isn't that the best when you get notifications when someone adds you to a list and you see the way people have named?
Well, this is private, so no one's getting these.
This guy
people make their own public list.
This guy must have missed all my drafts last year. He's working with old material. Penix Pump is working with 2022 material. If you're gonna troll, I need you to update your material.
Davis, we know what
you're
doing.
asking a guy who's making a penis pun to do better material. Come on, David.
That's also from Austin Powers. One Swedish maid. That's not mine, baby. All right, Pete. We know what Davis is doing. Drafting all big boards on stream. What are you doing for football, right now?
He's about to take my viewers next week.
No, I'm chilling, man. I'm gonna start doing some drafts next week. I'm not doing a road to 250K. Might be I don't know, a little sidewalk to
well, I think we know you're a favorite to win the 250K. You just don't have to do 150 drafts to get there.
Are you taking some time off? Is I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm not out of principle. I think it was last year I didn't draft my first team until March.
Yeah.
I don't feel quite as burned out this year. But yeah, no, we're going on vacation. I'll be out for a week. I won't be around for a Swolecast first week of March.
I might not be around as well. It's spring break.
All right, guys, it's gonna be just me. It's just me.
Memby's only private stream from Davis.
Sure. Hour. Yeah, we'll do that. The week we take off, we'll at the same time as always. I'll do Memby's only, and I will get us a guest.
Tuttle, get Tuttle on.
Probably not.
People would love him.
Yeah, I think Kevin says winning. I think helps with not being burnt out.
That is true.
A little bit of winning.
Pete. If you would have lost more, you having an incredible BR streak helped for sure with not being as burned out. 1000% agree with that.
But yeah, it also helps that just a lot of other stuff comes off my plate. A bunch of my fantasy life responsibilities get throttled down after this week. So I'll have a little bit more time, but I do have some other projects and stuff I want to work on. So I'm just not going to be blasting off nonstop.
Reminder that the late round guide, prospect guide coming out, already available for pre-order. And be looking out for some.
Who's your favorite prospect right now, Dave? Who are you crushing on?
You know what? I'm not really sure.
This is his Nirvana question.
We're saving that for the paywall.
I do know that though, in this kind of group of rookies coming out, there are really 6 categories, and so I'm looking at the elite category for my guys. So, not the bench warming or the flex play or even the dart throws. I'm looking for the elite.
Let's toss it back to you, Kitchen. You're asking what Davis and I are up to. What's going on at late round QB? What's Kitchen working on right now in advance of the combine?
I'm working on the draft guide, or the prospect guide, rather. I keep on saying draft guide. The prospect guide. I'm working on.
You better get that.
You're working on the prospect guide, and you can't name one prospect you like?
I'm working on the framing, the design of it. I will tell you,
a bunch of placeholder wingdings in there, right now?
yes, Lauren Ipsum. That's
Dave,
who I love.
We call him.
That's who I love.
Lauren Ipsum. Kitchen. Yeah.
That's why, like, I can tell you the 6 categories of players are coming out. I can tell you that the one year 2 guy, the first year 2 guy, Malik Neighbors, gonna, you know.
Wow,
And
hot
you want
tip.
any more? Yeah, you want any more info? You gotta.
This,
you
you know
gotta
what?
do it.
Actually, unironic, a good question. A good question, just good football talk here.
Yeah,
Because we can take this any direction we want.
sure.
What is one crazy move you guys would like to see happen in this year's offseason? You could take that in any direction you want. Craziest.
I don't know about crazy move, but here is a crazy scenario I want to see play out. I want to see Aaron Rodgers sign with a team and then them like have a deep playoff run. Would just be so good for content. That's what I want to see.
What team would he sign with where that's a possibility?
I think right now I think the Steelers are number 1. Raiders will be number 2, but I don't see the Raiders making a deep playoff run.
How could the Steelers make a deep playoff run? Rodgers is not any better than like late career Ben Roethlisberger.
I'm not saying he isn't. I'm saying that like him going to a team and then like that team dominating.
So the woke liberal media would have to eat it. Just so that
Yes.
you'd get all the lib tears. Okay. All right. I have a realistic one that I think actually, if I could price it, this happens at like 1 in every 10 universes. Devontae Adams opts out of his deal with the New York Jets. I believe it's a player option, but effectively he is a free agent, and he signs with the Chiefs. That is my personal wish list, that we get in the Juju Smith-Schuster role. We get 32-year-old Devontae Adams with the Kansas City
So
Chiefs.
you'd get Hopkins, Adams.
Hopkins is gone.
You think?
Yeah,
Isn't he on a 2-year deal?
He was useless by the end. He ain't coming back.
He had an MCL tear. He still has that dog in him, Davis.
They need to get they instead of having 4 30-year-olds, they just need to have 1 30-year-old.
You also said that Marquise Brown was staying. Do you still think he's staying?
Yeah, I think he is. Although the wide receiver free agent market has probably moved against them, but that if I would make it, I don't know, minus 118 that Hollywood Brown resigns with Kansas City, something like that.
Okay,
Peter.
Okay. Envision
Close your
this.
eyes.
Dan Campbell wakes up in a cold sweat here in a week or two and realizes, I can't win a goddamn Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Like, I'm looking around.
Oh,
Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. I see Jaden Daniels coming, like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Like, I'm not winning a Super Bowl with him. They package up Jared Goff and a bunch of other crazy shit and trade up to 101 to draft Shedeur Sanders, installs Deion Sanders as his new offensive coordinator to fill the void of Ben Johnson gone, and we have the Lions with Dan Campbell and the Sanders family.
That was not the direction I thought that was going, but I
What
guess
direction did you think it was going?
I thought you were going. They snap the Matt Stafford Jared Goff trade. I thought that was
just undo it.
Just wind it back. Yeah,
that'd be funny.
That would be really good. Yeah,
man.
I
by the way, I can see Dan Campbell in his heart of hearts. He wakes up in a cold sweat being like, I'm never going to fucking win with this guy. And that's not even any slight on Jared Goff. He has clearly bettered himself and improved a lot as a quarterback and stuff, but I can see it.
but it's just, you look at like every quarterback that was in even the divisional round and on, and like Jared Goff is like the one, you know, the meme with the like the guys all with their weapons and there's like the one cloud there and it's just like looking around like all these like near future Hall of Famers and Jared Goff's like, hi guys.
Yes, no, I can. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You in no way, shape, or form are you wrong. And I think the Lions being like a 10-win team next year without Ben Johnson firmly in the range, I think.
Let me float some. So I saw the Super Bowl odds for next year already out. And I was scanning them, and the one that stood out to me as the best value were the Commanders. They were like plus 2,000, like 10th or 11th, I want to say, on the overall list. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I think you're right that like if I was to be like, oh, this is crazy, dude. They got the best quarterback in the NFC. I think you're probably right. But also they have a lot of work to do on like every facet. Like they don't have any wide receivers. One of their running backs is 31. The offensive line is not particularly great, and they just lost their best offensive lineman to a torn ACL, so he's not going to play next season. The defense is like Samuel Cosme from Texas. He's the right guard. You got to be deep in this stuff if you're doing the big board because you basically have to be like, who's taking.
I'm honestly impressed with you right now, Davis. I was like, I just mumbled to myself. I'm like, man, this guy fucking knows ball.
When Davis is knowing offensive linemen, they're not going to be
new year, dude. Davis
shape. Next
well,
year.
I won't know any of this stuff in May, but you have to know it for the big board because you have to be doing the Charlie Day pointing the lines for who's going to take these running backs. Because the rookie running backs are the skeleton key to figuring out the big board. Like one of these guys, I don't know which one. There's going to be a guy with 100 spots of CLV from the big board to BBM. There's going to be a Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
The smooth brain take on the Commanders is more this is going to be the worst version of their team that they've ever had. Jane Daniels are only going to get better. I do think he's the best quarterback in the NFC.
And it makes sense for them to push it in now when Jane Daniels is the cheapest he's ever going to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, the rookie contract is such a cheat code for team building. Like if they go out in free agency and spend a bit, how much do they have a decent amount of money that they can spend?
Let's look it
up.
Commanders over the cap.
I think the thing
they have
that'll be
$78 million free.
That's a lot.
Their biggest contracts are a safety I've never heard of and Terry McLaurin. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. The thing about some of these, like we didn't really get a lot of quarterbacks that were injured this year, right?
No, we
did. Who? Like who?
Let's just go through the list. Tua had a concussion. Drake May had a concussion. Anthony Richardson got injured. Trevor Lawrence got injured. Will Levis got injured.
But those guys came back. I'm talking about season-ending injuries.
All right. Watson, season-ending injury.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Gardner Minshew and AOC both got injured.
Doesn't
Dak
count.
Got injured.
Dak will count.
Derek Carr, season-ending injury.
Won't count him. I'm talking about the main quarterbacks. Like
Purdy got banged up. I guess he didn't go on IR. But he got banged up.
So, yeah, we'll count Dak as the guy that really, and maybe Anthony Richardson too. But this kind of goes back, the Anthony Richardson part is with these mobile quarterbacks, seemed like they were just not a lot of injuries to mobile quarterbacks. I'm wondering about next year. It just seems like it's so risky. Like we didn't have
David, we don't do woke anymore. Jalen Hurts just won the Super Bowl. We don't. It's over.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. I love a good mobile quarterback. It just we didn't see a lot of injuries. We saw a lot of injuries to wide receivers, not to quarterbacks.
But this is the thing, Kitchen. All the stuff we're talking about, like long shots to win the Super Bowl, trying to win $250K in the big board, like you're welcoming on that risk and that volatility, right? Like if you're okay, so I'm just what are we worried about?
Everything tells a story. So my story is for next year is like
you're rooting for injuries is your story.
I'm wondering who the next man up is going to be. Who's going to be next year's Sam Darnold? You know, who's going to be next year's Baker Mayfield? Is it going to be Will Levis?
What? Who did Baker take over for because of injury? What's that analogy?
It's not because of injury. It's who is like a former washed up quarterback that comes back next year and sets the scene on fire.
It sounds like you're trying to figure out who do I bet on most improved player award.
Someone said Tyrod Taylor.
Some people think Tyrod Taylor is just going to start for the Jets, that they're just not going to address the position at all, and they're just going to be like, whatever. We'll just give up.
That would be hilarious.
Well, he's their backup quarterback.
There is no chance at all
What are their
No chance.
what are their other options? Because they don't pick in a spot in the draft to get Ward.
There are going to
or
be so
Shedeur.
many options for quarterback
Okay, go
this
through
year.
them.
Better than
Go through-
Tyrod.
Okay, let's hear it. Who are the
Kirk
better
Cousins.
options? Is
Aaron
Kirk Cousins better
Rodgers?
than Tyrod? Well, Rodgers already said he's not coming
Right.
back.
Well, no, it's more like they don't want Rodgers back. Sam Darnold has got to have probably a spot.
Is not going to the Jets. Sam Darnold's not going to the Jets.
True. And then there's the rookie quarterbacks.
Well, they are not in a spot in the draft. If they want a rookie quarterback, they're taking Jackson Dart. See, I do not know if this is true that the Jets definitely think Kirk is better. Kirk got benched for a rookie for a team that was in the first place of the division. They were in the first place of the division.
He was frail. Okay. And sometimes frail people, Daniel Jones, that would be a good Daniel Jones is coming back next year and crushing would be awesome.
He can't qualify. I mean, the prototype that you're explaining, it is like a pocket passer that just needs an offensive environment upgrade, really good weapons, and they elevate their play just a little bit. Like Daniel Jones is incapable of having a Baker Mayfield type season. He literally does not have the skill set to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Should we cook up a little IKB pick'em?
Sure.
Yes.
Pete, you've been in the
Did you watch?
You've been in the hoop streets, Pete. So.
Did you watch last night's Lakers game? I did.
It tipped off at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, Dave. Do you think I watched that game? How are you up at this time?
When you're not frail,
Pete, you probably don't know this about David, but David has always been a stay up way late guy. Like when we worked at Fantasy Insiders, he would be getting work done at like 3 a.m. and like messaging us.
And JJ also is the same way. So we'll like be messaging each other at 10, 11 p.m. about stuff.
I did not, but good man Jordan Shand, who qualified for the DBQ last night, answered some questions in Pete's Discord about he was like, I just watched the whole game because I had a sweat. So he gave us a nice little scouting report of the Luka LeBron fit.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. They're playing together, and then they're staggering. JJ is staggering their minutes, and then with Austin Reeves, it'll be fun.
Reeves is like
your
legit
favorite
good.
player.
Yes, that's definitely
That would
Dave's
have to
favorite
be
player.
Kitch's favorite player.
Okay, but speaking of exciting whites, did you see the
Cooper DeJean's interception? Yeah.
Well, of course you saw that.
You want to hear a bad beat?
Hold on. Have you seen his basketball highlights?
Yes.
Everyone has seen his
These are the most viral thing in the world.
Yeah, Dave, this is such normie content.
Have you seen the clip of them going around asking who would win a game of one-on-one? And apparently Darius Slay thinks he's the best, but then most people agreed that Devontae Smith is actually the best basketball player on the Eagles. So now I want a one-on-one tournament with the Eagles.
I was going to say I could definitely see that. I tried to bet.
It's a little frail though. I will just
David did ask us, have you heard of this Hawk Tua thing? He just did the equivalent of that.
Can I just have an absolute confession? This is just so random. No one cares about people's dreams. I had a dream about Hawk Tua girl last night. I just felt like I had to tell you. Have you been in the Solana meme coin trenches, Peter? I don't know why she was in my dream.
Hey, she came out and said she was sorry.
I believe her.
On Sunday morning on my live stream that Peter castigated me for not going live at 6:30 a.m. Central Time, I tried to find Cooper DeJean anytime touchdown on Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em tab, but they didn't, and they should have had it because he's a punt returner. They had Remigio. Remigio is 18 point whatever. They did not have Cooper DeJean listed, so I could only take him for an interception. I couldn't take him for a touchdown. And it would have been, and it was paired with Worthy higher receiving yards, so it would have hit. So that would have been nice. But they also didn't offer Carson Steele. No Carson Steele odds posted on Underdog either. So not that I'm complaining, but I am complaining a little bit.
I had bet some alts on the the Eagles to win, so that was nice. But someone came in the Deposit Kingdom Discord and the Hand Builders channel, and they just go bet Eagles minus 9.5 parlayed with Kansas City Chiefs onside kick attempt. Thank me later, and just vanished. And I was thinking about that message the entire time. I don't know what that would be. Probably like 30 to 1 or something, I would guess. But
five more people now have the ability to see the Island Woman photo. Thank you to Mark Wolf.
Look at these people. Thanks, Mark, and everyone is just grabbing these gifts. That's what a good community is. Just helping each other out.
I did pin it in the channel if the new people are getting in there.
Yeah.
For reference, if you guys aren't familiar with these dynamics, either through Davis's channel or mine, if you become a YouTube member and then you go in the Deposit Kingdom Discord and you sync, there's an FAQ that describes how to do it. You sync your YouTube account with your Discord account. And by the magic of technology, the Swoleys channel will now give you access. Go in there, click the pin, and you will get to stare at fucking David Kitchen getting manhandled by a Big Island woman.
At some point this week, maybe I'll do it on the show and with Davis. But I will do the dollar dance that she showed me.
All right, there you go. That's for Membies only on Friday.
5 cent, 10 cent, dollar. Give me dollar. All right. Speaking, give me dollar. Let's talk about our good friends at IKB, ikb.gg.
Embiid night. Oh boy. Here we go again.
So they don't have any of the Toronto bigs posted. I would like to add
Nicola Brady Dick night.
I got nothing on him. Nikola Vucevic higher than 10.5 rebounds.
Okay.
Let's go Dick over rebounds. Or is that the same game though? Can we do that?
Well, technically I'm not going to be able to do anything because I need a deposit because I still only have 88 cents in my account and you're not allowed to bet less than $1. But hypothetically, let's find out.
It's right there, 3.5 rebounds.
Okay. You want higher there? And we got Vooch. Here we go. Vooch, Davis, you like higher 10.5 rebounds?
Yes. And do they have soccer on IKB? They do not have soccer on IKB.
No.
That's fine.
You were going to go multi-sport on us.
Yeah. Because Champions League, dude, starts in 2 hours.
Nice.
I had one more that I did this morning.
Mathology says Flowchart says Bigs against Phoenix.
Wow. We got a flow chart in NBA. Love it.
What are the IKB odds on a Zach Edey double-double?
I don't know. Nick Bird just gifted us $10, and it just reminded me I was driving yesterday to go play pickleball, and he sent me a message about some sort of dadfluencer product. So thank you for the gift, Nick. That $10, I will go back, read your message, and I'll get back to you.
People have to send you super chats to remember to interact with them.
Go 0.9x higher rebounds plus assists on Zach Edey.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. This is 7.08 Xer for a 3-legger here.
You love to see it. So we got Vooch higher boards, Dick higher boards, and Edey 7.5 rebounds plus assists. Points plus assists works too. I think you can go either way.
I'm not going to do this right this very second, but after the show,
what's your Coinbase password?
And I will share the link, and we will pin it in the comments, and I'll drop it in the Swoleys chat as well, so people can tail with us tonight. And if it doesn't hit, Dave will do a dance that he just actually wants to do on his own.
Yeah, I want to do this dance, and I want the members to see it. I want to perform for them.
It's true. Now Dave, now that we're done with Woke, you can just draft and drive all you want. Now that Woke is dead.
I still do not. There's been enough crash videos on my For You page that I from distracted drivers that I
Wow,
do
sounds
not.
like Elon has not killed all the lib developers at X yet.
Let me ask Kitchen a question, because I know, Swolecast is an international show. We have an international audience. I've noticed a lot of fear from some Canadians about a potential U.S. invasion and takeover. And I just wonder, as someone who unilaterally supports all of Trump's executive orders, if you could kind of just calm our Canadian viewers' fears about this very real concern. Justin Trudeau was picked up on a hot mic saying this is something he's worrying about. So, Kitchen, will you kind of address our Canadian viewers on behalf of Donald Trump?
I will just say that if us and the Canadian viewers are on the same team, dynasty, powerhouse. Couldn't
So
stop.
what about advocating for a takeover?
I'm not advocating. I'm saying if it does happen, you are a part of the super team.
What about our viewers, listeners, and friends in Greenland? Any comment on our Greenland fans?
No, I have no. I honestly, I don't know the Greenland, Iceland stuff that's going on.
Kitchen, can I admit something? I know you were really excited about this, but I keep accidentally writing Gulf of Mexico on all my checks.
Oh gosh. Oh.
USA Hockey would be so back. You'd be so back. Our basketball team would get a point guard too. Our basketball team would have the heir apparent to Steph Curry. We'd have our point guard would be solved too.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really starting to warm up to this idea.
I mean, maple syrup would never be cheaper than it would be, and they would get, they would get the benefits of the U.S.
All right, I have a heart out because I have to go draft my 33rd big board team.
What time does that show start, Dave? Does it start at 1:08 p.m. Eastern?
It started 7 minutes ago.
Honestly, I didn't even realize. I thought we would go like 45, 50 minutes. We're 8 minutes past.
Yeah, famously a show.
We have such a good time on this show. I read some of these comments about the Canada thing. I'm not pro takeover. I'm just saying.
No, Matt said that was very pro takeover.
No. I'm saying the same thing I said 4 years ago. The same thing I said 8 years ago. It'll all work itself out. We'll be fine. Everything's gonna be
famous
fine.
Words from David Kitchen. It'll
be
all
okay.
work out. You guys were worried? Dave says it's all going to work out.
Kitchen's going to be able to pay a bunch of you $5.50 an hour to outsource all of his work he does for JJ.
All right. That will do it. Final thoughts, Davis. You can find you at all your stuff at Davis Mattek, YouTube. You got stuff going on. We'll do a member show this week. So I know you got a heart out. And then Pete, you have final thoughts?
No. Kitchen will be there kind of at the border welcoming you all as you guys are shuffled into this country.
Give me cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, and US dollar. All right. That will be it for the Swolecast, first episode of the off season in the books. Shout out to our sponsors, ikb.gg, and shout out to everyone watching, everyone listening. And for our members, we appreciate you. We'll see you in the Discord later. With that being said, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Are you Davis Mattek from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live